Hey everyone, Andy Shelton here with ScenePro. I want to talk to you about something that may be a little bit foreign to you, and that is quality controlling your skid test data. I know you probably are accustomed to looking at the numbers that you get out of the back end of your system that you're using right now and moving on with it from there. But are you taking the time to look at what individual tests look like? Your result numbers may look similar, but do the tests look similar? And are they related to what you're actually trying to get? So that's what I want to look at here today. I'm going to show you two different sets of runs to let you compare the data between the two and get some idea of what I'm talking about. Of course, here is your longitudinal acceleration data down here, and there's three tests, 1, 2, and 3. I'll highlight these in a minute. And then you've got your mean fully developed deceleration factor, which is 1, 2, and 3 tests there. You can see the data tracing. I've got two different views of data tracing here. Here are your tests, 1, 2, and 3, and then 1, 2, and 3 here. And I'll show you how to break these out in just a second. And then this is the map of the area that the testing was done in, and you'll notice that we can zoom down into get very tight on where the testing actually occurred. Let that come up for you now. We can see each of the different tests together. So I'm going to slide through a couple of tests, and if you watch on the map view at the top, you can see the little cursor moving through to tell you where the test is taking place. Here comes the second test, and then here comes the third test coming in right there. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit farther. You can see how tight these three tests are together. So here is 1, there is 2, and there is 3 as far as where they all came to a rest. They all came to a rest fairly close together. So now we can break out and look at one individual test. You can see where this one is. As I come and slide through here, we can watch the cursor at the top move. Here we are right there as it's moving through the test, coming down to final rest there. So there's one test. Now, looking at one test at a time is kind of hard to tell what's going on. Did you actually have comparable tests? Well, what if I overlay test number 2 on top of it, and then test number 3 on top of that? And now we can look at the slope of each individual test overlaid across those that you perform the test with to see how they relate to each other. So now we not only know we have good numbers here, but we also know that we have comparable tests there. This is just not something that you can do with some of the other software that's out there, really with anybody else that's out there. So I'm going to pause here for just a second, and I'm going to open up a different data set so that you can see the differences in what this looks like and what a data set that doesn't match up real well looks like. Back in just a couple of minutes. Okay, here's my second data set loaded up. Just to give you some idea what we're looking at again. Here's a satellite image of the area that I did the testing. This was done at the Metro Nashville Police Department training center on a little tarmac that they've got back there. And here again, you can see the three tests I've done, two different sets of data traces. And then I've got the results, speed box results down here at the bottom. So let's look at where these tests were done. As I slide through, you can see up here is where the first test was done. On this one, the second test is going to be this line here, and the third one is this line up here. Obviously, on this one, I have some video that I did not have on the other one. I tried to have as similar possible layout on the screens as I could, but I did have video for this one that I wanted to sync in with it. All right, going back and looking at the different data sets, let's go ahead and pull up one run, see what it looks like. Here's our slope. Everything looks good. If you look, there's our average G on 1, 2, and test 3. They're all within about 5% of each other, and everything looks pretty good like that until you start paying attention to what's going on with the test. Now we're seeing some separation in here. Well, the separation, what could it be caused by? It's probably a situation of the surfaces in this situation were different, or if you had maybe your brakes didn't get applied equally each time that you did a test. There's a number of different things that could cause you to have different results. but this allows you to look at your tests, see how the tests compare to each other, allows you to testify to the best information possible when you get to court. So you're not only able to say that you have a final number that was good, but you can compare the data tracing on each of the different tests to each other to be able to show that they're good. And then also we can go down, of course, I believe I showed you this on a video yesterday. We can go down and look at individual tests, pick them apart, and see what we've got there. We've got different sets of data coming across here for you to look at. So that's it. ScenePro, guys.